Colin here from the Reiki Qigong Academy. In this video we're going to be exploring a few of the exercises which will be forthcoming in our Reiki Qigong video course and abundance course. And I'd like to start out with just a simple exercise, yet very powerful, that I call freedom shifting. First of all, just to give you a feeling of what this is like, take your hands and place them together in like a prayer position. And I want you to designate one hand, right or the left, doesn't matter, as the pushing hand, and the other hand as the resistance hand. So let's just say this is going to be the pushing hand, and this will be the resisting hand. Now, all I want you to do with this hand is to push, and all I want you to do with this hand is to resist. Start. Now you can start to feel a little bit of tension in the body, and after a while you can maybe start to get the idea that it's very difficult to tell which hand is pushing and which one is resisting. But whichever hand you designated as the resisting hand, just go ahead and stop resisting now and see what happens. What most people find is that when they stop resisting the energy that's pushing against them, it just simply releases, and it leaves us with a greater sense of openness and peace. So how does this apply to Reiki and to abundance? Well, let me explain. For instance, check inside to see if there's any feeling of I don't have enough or that I lack something. Just check to see if there's any energy within you, within the past, within memory, or within the physical body that seems like it's saying, I don't have enough. And then check to see if you can sense any opposing energy that's resisting it, either pushing it, pulling it, or doing anything with it. And see if you can just get a sense of how, just like in the exercise we just did, how that pushing or pulling or holding on is actually what's keeping that energy of lack or that energy of I don't have enough in place. So just go inside for a moment and check to see if you can feel that energy of I don't have enough. And then check to see if you can feel anything pushing or pulling at that energy. And just for now, as best you can, see if you can let go of the resistance. See if you can just let go of the pushing and the pulling. And see how that feels inside. Now, to take it one step further, and if you're familiar with Reiki or the symbols, this will be extremely powerful for you. But if you're not, don't worry about that. It still works. So what I'd like you to do is just imagine, see if you can go inside and find that point where these two energies are battling. Just find the one point where they really come together and are battling with each other. And if you'd like, picture the symbol, the Choku-Rai. And if you don't know the symbols, just imagine a ball of light, just emanating light outwards. And what I'd like for you to do now is just watch that light as it emanating out, and hitting against wherever that pushing feeling is. And as you can start to feel the light, see if you can allow the weight of that pushing or pulling, the weight of that burden of lack or I don't have enough. See if you can just allow the light to take the weight off of that pushing so that you can be free of it. You know, it's just like if you're moving furniture. If you're carrying a large sofa and you go to set it down, eventually, you slowly set it down, and then eventually you just take the weight off and release it. Whereas if you were to just drop it all at once, sometimes it's scary. It might drop, break your foot, or break someone else's hand that's holding it with you. So just keeping that in mind, that visualization, again, feel inside where the pushing and the pulling connect, where the force or the energy of I don't have enough and that holding on to it or that wanting to push it away and get rid of it. Just see where those two forces meet. Again, so here they are, pushing, resisting. Now, imagine the light from the symbol, or just the ball of light, shining out hitting that force, and just slowly release your own energy, release your own force and resistance, and set it down. And see how that feels inside now. Now, the reason why this is such a powerful exercise is because oftentimes the very energy that we're wanting to get rid of in ourselves, either an uncomfortable feeling, a belief, or a thought pattern, whatever it is, that uncomfortable feeling that we don't want, we try to get rid of it with force and pushing and resistance and holding on and grasping and clinging. And all of those things just serve to further entrench it deeply in our body-mind. Conversely, when we use this process, we're allowing ourselves to relax and take the weight off and to just unburden ourselves. And what that tends to do is that stuck energy of lack or discomfort or whatever it is that we're wanting to get rid of, the sickness, anything, it allows it to, instead of being held into place so tightly by our own resistance and wanting to get rid of it, when we're able to let that go, it allows the energy to start to move. And as it starts to move, you may notice it start to feel like it's moving through the body. And as best you can, take a deep breath, welcome that force, and allow whatever force to release and go into the ground. Bury it and tell it to stay there. And welcome in that energy of abundance, which is all around us, which is emanating from the earth, from the stars, the planets, and from everyone around us. And I'll see you on the next video.